Living in Europe, I like to walk around in the flea market, visit different flea market. Then, of course, my attention is always on Chinese antique, if possible, teaware. Because if you're lucky, you really can find authentic Chinese antique in the European flea market at a reasonable price. I was very lucky to acquire two pieces, unique antique teaware from the flea market at a very reasonable price. And these two guide me through a history, Chinese history. Because first of all, is this teaware. This is a teacup, but no, this is a teapot. Looks strange, right? Now, if you take off the lid, I cover the mouth and put a tray under it. What did you see? You see an English teacup, big one. Okay. But Chinese, of course, do not understand why people using teacups without pot. The pot is so big. So they using this shape to create a teapot. Put on the mouth and put the lid on. So this is the design influenced by the colonization. When was that? That was end of Qing Dynasty, beginning of Republic. At that time, China unfortunately lost the war to the Opium War, to the major eight nations who tried to impose and support the opium trade to China. Because we say no, so English was able to motivate other nations to attack China. At that time, China was weak. So that was the reason why Shanghai region was colonized by the eight nations at that time. It was a very dark and shameful history in our culture. Chinese today all remember that. That's the reason why we are vowed not to let history repeat ever again. Now, coming back to this teaware. So this is a colonized, influenced teaware design. And what is this one? This is a personal relationship gift for someone has going to celebrate his birthday. Why? Because the symbol on top is a peach. Peach is a symbol of longevity. Certainly, this person who received this teapot, who loves tea, who loves art, and who probably is older than 60 years old. Because we only use this symbol for the elderly, for the senior person. And this is not come from very professional or the factories that really they have a group of very technical professional painters. This actually is amateur artist drew on the teaware himself. So he has this teaware made. Before to do the second glaze baking, by putting the glaze, he make the drawing and the writing as well. Okay? And the style of drawing is more from the Shaoxing Shanghai region. So this definitely is from the Shanghai region, Zhejiang province. And this is a personal relationship gift to who? Chinese like to write on object. Even the painting or the teaware like this is personal. So I have to make sure this person receive as a personal gift. So here it comes the name, Nen Yong. If this is the name of the person who received the gift or is the middle name, I'm not quite sure about it. But apparently these two has pretty close brotherhood relationship. He called him Ren Xiong. I don't know about the age difference of it, but often we just honor and respect other person as a bigger brother. Ren Xiong, that's mean man to man. So whoever give this present is also a man in most cases. Now, what's important is the title, 大人. That is the very official functional title used in the dynasty period. And since the republic was established, soon this title was not used anymore. So that all these indications is this teaware is pretty old. But when was that? Now here comes the 吉草 in the autumn, 秋. So we know it is in the autumn season in the 吉草. Now, then something good about Chinese calendar is we can always check which year was that. Well, 己丑年, according to 己丑, the last time, according to Baidu, okay, the last time have this one was 2009. Of course, it's not possible. So we put 6 years, we deduct 6 years backward. 6 years before that, 2009, was 1949. 1949 happened to be the most horrible wartime between the communist parties against National Party. So during the wartime, nobody will have time, energy to think about, to create a personal relationship gift to give someone like this. Because the painting for such a work, even though it's amateur, it has to be very calm, relaxed state of mind. Okay? A happy mood. So it is not possible in 1949. So we deduct another 60 years. And that comes to 1889. So I think this is actually is really old teapot from the 1889. And it's a personal friendship relationship gift. Now, comes with this one, there's a tea jar. The drawing style is very similar than from this teapot. But the touch work is much finer. And the pattern, the style, the painting style, certainly is the writing. Calligraphy is very similar at this one. So it must be from the same artist. Okay? And in most cases, these two work together from one family. So this is probably also the friend who made this teapot, give it to this guy a few years backward. When was that? Again, I put this one back for the safety. Here is the year, 丁丑. And when is the 丁丑? Because we have a code. So from this code, we can see when is that. The last time we have 丁丑 was 1997. So out of question because it's not possible. Okay, deduct 60 years is 1937. That is possible. But 1889 to 1937, that's more than 50 years difference, so it's not possible. So I deduct another 60 years. So it is most likely the artist who made this tea jar in the 1877 for his friend Nen Yong, Mr. Nen Yong. And in 1889, he made him another gift, it's a teapot. So these two belongs to Mr. Nen Yong family at that time. You know, the reason why I like to walk around in flea market or antique market, because behind each object, there's a story of the original owner. Chinese traditions, when this is a personal gift, there's no value to sell in the market because it's not a commercial object. It's a personal object. So when I have this one, when I hold this teaware on my hands, then I can't help to ask myself, what happened to the original owner? In what situation? These two objects fall into the hands of Europeans, or maybe the overseas Chinese. I don't know. But I'm so glad I was able to discover them in the flea market, because the guy who sold this one, he did not know. He only know this Chinese. He only knew it's porcelain, but he does not know how old it is. So I was able to get it at a very reasonable price. And of course, next week I went back and asked him whether he has something similar, because I really like to collect that. He said, no, only two pieces he has. And then he asked me, did you find out how old it is? I said, yes. I said, do you mind to tell me that? I said, yes. It's in the 19th century, 1889. Okay, 18 something. And he was, oh, so you bought it very cheap? I said, yes, but now they have a home. Now the legend can continue. And they will receive the respect as they should have long time ago. And they are coming home.